Okay, y'all, today we're talking about cheap summer fragrances that perform well, but also check the box and get a lot of compliments and just smell absolutely amazing. And you can find all of these fragrances for that $50 or less price point, which makes them an absolute steal. Great bang for your buck. So whether you're someone that's just starting out, you're building your collection, you want to have some variety as you do that, or if you're an experienced collector and you want some new summer bangers that are cheap but don't sacrifice on smell or compliments, then this video is for you. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Todd. Here I primarily talk about fragrances, but we also sprinkle in some fashion and lifestyle content as well. So primary purpose is to help you show up as your best self consistently, day in and day out, by looking good, smelling good, and feeling good. Y'all know the vibes, man. So do me a favor, if you're interested in those type of videos or that type of content, consider subscribing below, then make sure you hit the bell so you can stay notified anytime I post any new content. Okay, y'all, getting things kicked off with one that I feel like is slept on, at least by the fellas in the fragrance community, and it's none other than Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. This is the one that's marketed towards women. Of course, I know you all are familiar with, the light blue that's marketed to men. It's a great fragrance. Like I said, I used to wear it a lot back in the day, but these days, I just prefer this one. It's a lot smoother. It gives a different dynamic because you get this green apple in the opening with the citruses, get some jasmine through the heart, dries down to this musk and kind of amberwood. So musky, fresh, sweet, fruity. It just does it well. I don't know how else to say it, y'all. I prefer this one 10 times over to the male marketed version, and definitely feel that even though this one is marketed to women, feel like it's perfectly unisex. Guy or girl can pull this one off, but just feel like in the dry down, this one really shines. Like, so you get that musky, sort of sweet, and it really reminds me a bit of Le Labo's Another 13. Not at all a one-to-one or a clone in any way, but this kind of gives me a similar vibe, right? The Another 13 is definitely warmer, has more amber in there, but this kind of reminds me of a fresh, fruity version of that. So this one smells great and brings in a ton of compliments, y'all, and has surprisingly good longevity as well. Really can't miss. Like, it's definitely a unisex fragrance, but remember, oftentimes with unisex fragrances, they're going to feature notes that women are more familiar with, tend to like more, and oftentimes will lead to more compliments from them. So check it out if you haven't already. Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. Okay, y'all, next up on the list, we got Armoff's Clubbed in the Wheat Milestone here. And this one, of course, is a clone of Creed's Millesime Imperial. If you're not familiar with that one, essentially you get this really nice oceanic, kind of airy sea breeze vibe with this nice watermelon accord. Dries down with some woody notes and some clean musk. Just a great fragrance. It's absolutely stunning, and one that I do plan on picking up because I really enjoy it. But for the time being, this one gets the job done. It gives you a very similar vibe, right? It opens up with citrus notes here and what they call red fruits. So you get that kind of watermelon vibe or this fruity vibe. I think this one might be a touch sweeter, but all in all, gives you a very similar vibe in the opening, kind of through the mid. You get the woody notes in the dry down. You get the clean musk in the dry down, and it's kind of hard to beat at this price, y'all. You're talking 25 to 30 bucks that you could pick this one up for. So really solid fragrance, but I will be honest, the opening of this one is not my favorite. It's a little sharp, a little all over the place, takes a minute to settle in, but if you can give it 15 or 20 minutes, you'll be good to go. And like I said, it dries down, it settles in. It's a really nice fragrance that has, again, surprisingly good performance, and one that brings a lot of compliments, like I said, probably because of that performance as well. Projects pretty good for the first few hours. So a really great summer fragrance for the price. We have Armoff's Clubbed in the Wheat Milestone. Okay, next up, y'all, this one's actually relatively new to my collection, but man, oh man, it's a good one. We have Afnan's Turathi Blue here, and this one is a clone of Bulgari's Tiger, which I've never smelled before, but it reminds me a lot of Ingenious Ginger by Goldfoot & Banks. You just get this really nice citrus opening. Specifically, I kind of get grapefruit, so it's sharp, but also, fresh, a little sweet. And of course, you get that ginger, which is really adds a nice, slightly spice, but again, more even freshness in that opening. Get some amber and some woods and some musk in the dry down. But all in all, y'all, this is one of the better, especially at this price point, if not the best fragrances. $25 to $30 you can find this one for, and I know I mentioned, before when talking about Armaf's Club de Nuit Milestone a little bit, the opening isn't the best, not the case here, y'all. This one was smooth, at least for me, smooth from opening through, its entirety of being on my skin. So really, really enjoyed this one. In a short amount of time that I've owned this one, it has been highly complimented. And I honestly think this is one of the best, if not the best fragrances at that $25 to $30 price point. Just hard to beat. It's a really great modern but masculine take on a signature scent or a daily driver. Just really can't mess with this one, y'all. I slept on it because I just recently picked it up, but if you haven't checked this one out, don't sleep on it, y'all. Afnan Turathi's Blue. Okay, y'all, next up, this is the reason why I can't say Turathi Blue is the absolute best fragrance at that $25 to $30 price point, because this one's out there. So we had Lataffa's Honor and Glory, and man, oh man, I spoke about this one many times on my channel. First off, it's just a compliment magnet of all the fragrances that I own. So I'm talking cheapies, I'm talking designers, I'm talking niche. This is pound for pound one of the most complimented fragrances, period. Doesn't matter. It smells absolutely amazing, and it's relatively unique. It's a unique take on a fresh or fresher fragrance, right? Because it's fresh, but it also has these gourmand components as well. So I always say this one's like the perfect summertime gourmand, because realistically, you can wear this one year round. I think it can work in any season, but I really enjoy this one in warmer weather because you get this really nice pineapple note. You also get a creme brulee note in here as well. You get some light spices. Then you get a lot of vanilla, hefty dose of vanilla. But with all of that, you might be, thinking or saying, how does that work in summer? But trust me, it never gets too sweet. It's more of a powdery, sort of creamy, fresh sweetness, if that makes sense, because this one absolutely works in summertime and warmer weather. One of my favorites to reach for, especially in the summertime, during the evenings, a date night, night out. You want something that, is a little bit different, change of pace. This one checks the box. So if you haven't tried this one already, y'all, I highly suggest you check this one out. Not a better fragrance out there at this price point, at least that I've smelled, or in my honest opinion, and that is Lataffa's Honor and Glory. Okay, last but not least, y'all know this wouldn't be a list without Alexandria Fragrances, right? So, of course, we have Alexandria Fragrances Afternoon Splash. Could have featured Visionary here because I do love that one from them as well, but Afternoon Splash just screams summertime. I always say this one is summertime in a bottle. Of course, it's inspired by Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim, and what you get with this one here is just this beautiful, realistic smelling orange that's fresh, uplifting. It's bright, it's sweet. You also get some ambergris in here as well that to me gives kind of this sea salty vibe, also this sort of ocean breeze, feel, if you will. And it almost has this watery feel as well, this watery freshness. So all in all, very simplistic, but man, oh man, smells absolutely amazing, y'all. Brings in a ton of compliments. Love wearing this one in the summertime, especially when I'm outside, outdoors. Of course, if I'm by the pool or, on vacation, I think this is a good fragrance. But just in general, I think, wearing this one outdoors in the summertime just feels so good. It's so fresh. It smells really good. And like I said, for a fragrance that's based around citrus notes like this, like I said, it has heavy emphasis on that orange in here. Has surprisingly good performance. You get 7 to 8 plus hours of longevity with pretty good projection, I'd say, for the first couple hours. So all in all, you can't mess with this one here. I have the 60 ml version. This does come in a little above that $50 price point, but they also offer a 55 and 30 ml version, respectfully, which both come in around or underneath that $50 price point. So definitely check this one out, y'all. Summertime in a bottle is what I call it, but it's Alexandria Fragrances Afternoon Splash. So if you're looking for highly complimented fragrances on a budget, check these ones out. And if you're interested in learning more about other great warm weather fragrances, check out one of these videos.